Yeah, and it's interesting that you went right to stand, because that's kind of where we're headed today, is to really listen to where our energy is guiding us. Okay, so sometimes we might feel like, oh, I want to stand or I want to sit, and we can really honor that because our bodies are really wise, right? Sometimes our bodies get into habits that aren't so good, but other times there's a lot of wisdom behind kind of what we're craving, right? So starting standing, ground into your breath. So feel that breath in through the nose and feel it grounding through the feet. Maybe notice the hands, any energy in the hands. Maybe close the eyes and notice any sway in the body. And this energy in yogic philosophy and yoga is called prana. We've said that a lot in classes. And a couple quotes that I wanted to share this morning is, the whole world, whatever there is, vibrates having originated from prana. The Kathopanishad 2:32. So this energy that we feel, maybe you notice there's a slight sway in the body. Maybe you notice you feel really still. That is prana. And with our breathing, with our movement, we can control that prana. And one thing that we try to do is to control that prana for our greater good, right? To calm that anxiety, to still the mind, to invigorate the mind, to get the body energized and going. So we're really going to pay attention to where the prana leads us today. So just like it led us to start standing, we're going to flow with prana. So let's breathe in and out. I'm going to share this because I just love this. And so let's let this guide our practice. In this universe, who is the greatest friend of man? Shiva replies, prana is the greatest friend. Prana is the greatest companion. O fair one, there is no closer friend in this universe than prana. And that's from the Shiva Svarodaya, verse 219. So imagine this prana is our closest companion. It's not going to lead us astray. So we can get to know it. We can relate to our prana. We can notice our prana. We spend time with our prana. We notice our energy, right? So let's begin to roll our shoulders up, back, and down. And then roll them maybe back, up and forward. Just getting some movement in. And with our feet wide, our hip distance apart, or maybe close together, bring the hands up above the head. Maybe clasp the hands or just bring palms together. And then feel your shoulder blades drop as we roll the shoulders down, ground through the feet. And just feel that prana in this shape. Notice how our mind reacts and responds when we're in a different shape, how the energy flows differently, right? Our arms are up. So let's send the left hip out and just bend over to the right. And then let's go over to the left. And then just flow with your own breath, knowing that the breath is the vehicle for prana. Our prana moves to every cell via the breath in the body. That's why we emphasize breathing so much. And that's why our breathing can affect our mind, right? Maybe one more time to each side. Yes. Now back to the middle. Maybe the shoulders are tired, so we'll let them float down towards the side body. And then pause in our mountain pose. Maybe breathe in and out. Bring some awareness to the palms. As we inhale, visualize the palms, energy from the palms going directly to the heart, and then from the heart down through the soles of the feet to the earth. Inhale in the palms, send it to the heart, and down through the soles of the feet. Let's inhale to swoop the arms up above the head, ground into that left foot. Let's step the right foot back, maybe like 1.5 feet, a little less than 1 meter. Ground into that right heel, that back heel. Straighten that front leg. And then let's send the right hand to the right hamstring, the hamstring of the back leg. And reach the left arm up, extending out through the hips. So maybe you feel tall through the hip flexors, tall through the side body. And then let's bend backwards just a little bit. And then we'll exhale, fold over that front leg. That right arm can sweep up to sky. The left hand kind of comes on the inside of that foot. And now let's turn the heart over to the right side. So it's kind of a triangle, a mini triangle pose. Yeah, breathe in. And now we'll bend that front leg just a little bit, sweep the arms up, shine the heart towards the right still. So the arms are up to the long edge and we're kind of twisted, yeah. And let's exhale, hinge at the waist again, coming back into a mini triangle. Right arm to sky, left arm down. You can glance up towards the hand or down towards the earth. And now let's notice the soles of our feet on the earth. Tune in to the energy in the body. And now with the eyes glancing towards the earth, just check in and see how that energy feels. And now maybe look up towards that hand in the sky. And notice if there's a change in energy in the prana. And now exhale, we can bend that front leg just a little bit as we rise back up so the arms reach for the short edges. Our heart is kind of towards the long edge, so is the gaze, yeah. And then let's exhale, pivot both of our feet towards the long edge. Toes face that long edge, arms can be out. Maybe the shoulders are getting tired, so we sweep the hands down towards the legs. And ground with our feet nice and wide. Let the breath go in and out the body. And we'll inhale, bring the arms up to sky again. And as we lift the arms up, imagine the balls of the feet and the heels grounding even more into the earth. Now let's pivot the feet towards the short edge. So pivot the right foot back and the left foot back. So now we're kind of set up in the opposite way that we were before. Maybe the toes ground, the heel grounds. Bring our arms out for the, reaching for the short edges and then hinge at the waist. Here's our mini triangle, the right hand on the inside of that right leg, left arm to sky. And then maybe you glance up at the fingers, reaching to the heavens or down towards the earth. You might not notice a difference, but if you do, see if you have a little bit of a preference today as to where that gaze is going to guide the prana. Let's exhale to bring the arms back, to extend, short edge to short edge. Pause with the lift in the hips, shoulders over those hips. Inhale. Let's exhale, hinge one more time. Maybe this time bringing our awareness to the side body, to the back of the leg. And that front leg we can bend if we need to. I usually bend mine just a little bit. I guess it depends on the day. It depends on what the prana is telling me. Nice job, guys. Exhale to rise, reaching the arms, short edge to short edge. Pivot the feet towards the long edge again. Now bring the hands to the hips. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. And now let's pivot the toes towards the corners of the mat. So we face the long edge, but we're going to find that goddess squat. Now imagine the thighs kind of rotating. The right thigh rotates right, the left thigh rotates left. Maybe notice if you feel the inner leg open. Let's bring our arms up above the head. Gaze down towards the ground with the arms reach high. Feel the prana through the soles of the feet up the entire body, leaving out the fingertips towards the sky. Now let's exhale, straighten those legs, but then float the arms down and the gaze up. And breathe a couple breaths in and out with the fingertips reaching down, legs straight, gazing up. And now we'll exhale, arms come to the sky, knees bend, gaze goes down. Exhale, straighten, float the arms down, the gaze goes up. And let's just flow through that. Exhale, squat, arms up, gaze down. Inhale, straighten, nice job guys, arms down, gaze up. Exhale, bend, arms lift, gaze down. Inhale, straighten, arms down, gaze up. Last time, bend, lift, and gaze goes down. Inhale, straighten, arms go down, gaze is up. Let's pause right here. Legs straight, arms down. Close the eyes. And now bring those eyes, even though they're closed, gaze towards the earth. Gaze towards the heavens, eyes closed. And maybe do that one more time. Exhale, gaze goes down. Inhale, gaze comes up. And then bring the eyes to gaze forward. Keep them closed. Notice if there's a little sway in the body. The body is still. And that's our closest companion. That's our prana. Maybe it's moving quickly like a rapid river. Maybe it's still like a little mountain lake. But notice it. Bring the eyes open, extend the arms out to the side. Pivot the feet back towards the long edge. So now they're not pointing towards the edge, but they're pointing towards the long edge. Now let's exhale, hinge forward, the heart reaching forward. Imagine someone had a string pulling your heart forward first, then the hips tilt, and then we start to hinge so the heart is parallel with the ground. You can pause there. Maybe your arms are out wide. Yeah, you can have them any way you want because we're going to bring that left hand under the heart, reach the right arm up. It doesn't have to be on the floor, but just under the heart. Right arm comes up, a little twist. Exhale, the right hand comes down, the left arm up. And let's do it again. Left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up to the sky. And now bring the left hand down under the heart. The right hand is still under the heart. Let's bend the knee. Maybe bring the hands to the ground. You can heel toe the feet a little closer. Come into your sumo squat, lifting the heart and the shoulders. Or maybe you come into a yogic squat. So whatever is going to feel right for your prana, right? Feels good for that physical body. With our awareness on our thighs and our hips, that helps us ground, bringing our energy in. Nice job. Let's breathe in. And now we'll exhale, fold it forward. So if you're in Malasana, bring your hands down and walk your feet back to find plank with your knees down. You're in sumo, heel toe the feet together, and then bend, come to tabletop. We're going to bring ourselves into plank, but our knees are going to be down, hands on the earth, tops of the feet on the ground. Now feel this with the knees down. Feel the prana Maybe you notice it heavy in the tops of the legs, maybe in the feet. Now curl the toes under, let's lift the hips up. Notice where the energy goes. Maybe it's the hips, the low back. Exhale, lower down the knees, tops of the feet to the ground. Curl the toes under, let's find our plank pose. And now bend those knees. And now let's bring our hands under our shoulders, knees under the hips. Exhale, let the breath go. Inhale, bring the right arm, reach it forward. Good, inhale. Now exhale, bring that left leg back, but keep the foot grounded. So the toes of the left foot are on the ground. Now feel this shape in the body. Notice your hips, notice your shoulders. Let's bring that left leg up just a little bit, maybe the ankle in line with the hip. Let's exhale, round, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen both limbs, reach in opposite directions. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Now last time, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Now bring that right hand down. Bring the hands to be a little bit wider than shoulder distance. The left leg is long. And now let's just bend the elbows, lower down the nose, and then press it up. And then do that a couple more times. And moving with your breath. And the next time you lower, let it be your last. So press back up. Bring the left knee in. Now let's sit back in child's pose. Maybe you put your meditation cushion between your heels and your seat. Maybe you go all the way back. Now notice the temperature of the body. Notice if you feel a rate of your heart or of your breath. Your next exhale, let it be a little bit longer than your inhale, so maybe you count. Okay. Now we'll inhale to rise back up to tabletop. Get that nice foundation. And then we'll inhale, extending the left arm forward. And then inhale to extend the right leg back. But keep the right toes on the ground first. Find the stability. Maybe notice how the energy feels. So it's only extending kind of out. That rest of the energy is grounded. Those 3 points of contact grounded. We can inhale to bring the right leg up. Maybe notice your energy in different directions. And then we'll exhale, round elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. Last time to round as you bring the elbows and the knees to meet. Inhale, send the limbs forward, lower the left hand down. So now the right leg is lifted. And let's bend the elbows again, lowering down the nose. And then we exhale to press up. Inhale, lower. Exhale. 2 more times, inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Nice job, ladies. Last time, inhale, lower. Exhale, we press up, bring the knee in, but let's walk our hands forward. This time, the hips stay over. The knee is puppy pose. Breathing in and out. Notice the temperature of the breath. And now inhale to glance up at the hands. Walk the hands in just maybe a hand print, maybe less. And then bring the left arm underneath the heart. So the left back of the hand is on the earth, and then sink the heart down. So the right arm is in front and that left arm is underneath. So the arms from a bird's eye view would kind of look like a T or a plus sign. You feel the back body open, space between the shoulder blades. And send some breath to that back body. We can direct our prana with our awareness via the breath. And we'll inhale. Now exhale, glance up at that right hand and then slide the left arm out and then slide the left arm forward. Sink the heart down. Both hands are in the front. And now inhale, glance up with the hands, lifting the heart a little. Now walk the hands back, maybe a paw print and a hand print. And then sweep the right arm through. So it looks like a plus sign again and sink the heart down. That chest lowering down as close as you can, as close as is comfortable. And as we loosen up the muscles in our physical body, it allows the prana to move with a little more freedom. The contraction of muscles isn't there to impede its flow. So we can relax and breathe into this. And then one more breath. And then exhale to kind of lift the left arm up and then bring the right arm to meet the left. Sink the heart down for just another breath, letting all the air go. And inhale, looking at the hands, deep breath in and prana, slide the arms back underneath the shoulders, and let's find a cat, back, pressing the floor away, chin to chest. And then we'll inhale, tilt the pelvis, lift the heart, find the cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, cow. Nice job. Exhale, really exaggerating a cat, back. And inhale, moving into cow. And then exhale, flat back, tabletop. Breathe it in. Exhale, maybe sigh. And now let's bring the right foot between the hands. The left knee's down. Bring that right foot forward as much as feels good to that back leg. So we don't want the thigh and the groins to feel squished. So bring the right foot forward. Maybe that means to bring the left knee back. And then let's rise up out of this kind of tabletop clump that we're in and feel that prana expand out. Kind of into the ethers, right? Exhale, hinge forward, hands apart. Notice if you bring those hands together versus apart. Maybe there's a subtle difference. Let's exhale, bring the hands up towards the sky, shoulders over the hips, inhale. Now exhale, sweep the hands out to the side and down so the fingertips point towards the earth. Now rock the hips back so the toes face towards the sky. Frame that leg, and this is where you can adjust that heel forward or bring the knee back. So our left hip is over the knee, and we can press that right heel into the earth, opening up the back of that leg. Now ground that left hand. If you want to bring your block underneath that left hand, you can. But let's press that right leg down and just open up that right arm to the sky. And if that doesn't feel good with that leg straight, you can bend that leg instead. But if it feels good on the body, if that feels right, keep that leg straight. Open up the hamstring and reach through the fingertips to open the low back. One more breath. Now exhale, might be helpful to bend that right leg just a little bit as we sweep the right hand back down to frame the leg. So ground the right hand, move the block out of the way, and let's fold over that leg. Keep the leg long and straight. Maybe let out a breath. Breathe in. Exhale, bend that right foot just a little, or that right leg just a little bit so we can sweep it back. And now the knees meet again. Let's rise up to stack the hips over the knees, shoulders over the hips. Bring the hands together above the head in our Kali Mudra, which is with our fingers interlaced, the index and middle out. Yeah. And now let's do our side bends from here. So over to the right. Over to the left. And then back to the middle. And now reach up through the fingertips. Send those hips forward. So kind of shine the hips forward as if they were like Christmas lights shining over to the neighbors. And then reach the arms up and then reach those fingertips back. A slight little back bend, a variation of our Ustrasana. And now exhale, fold forward, but send those hips back, finding child's pose. The arms out in front. And now bring those hands over the back of the neck, maybe in prayer or your Kali Mudra. Bring those hands to the ground. The left arm stays in front. Sweep that right hand back towards the right foot. Maybe the back of the hand on the earth, the palm facing the sky. The left palm is pressed into the earth. Maybe notice the left side body, that left armpit stretch, and the right side of the neck open. And that shoulder of the right side maybe stretch in the front. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that right hand forward. Now the right hand presses down, the palm into the earth. Left hand sweeps back. Palm to the sky with that left hand. Now press the right hand down into the ground. So you activate that armpit area on the side of the body. And that left hand faces to the sky, the palm. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that left hand forward. And now come into tabletop. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and then step the left foot through. Between the hands. Have that block on the right side of that left foot. Now bring that right knee into just the right spot. Let's rise up out of that kind of scrunched position, sending the energy outward. Let the breath go. Inhale, breathe in. And then we'll exhale, send the right hip back, the left leg straightens as we hinge forward, framing the left leg. Now I usually need to move my knee back. So find that spot where the right hip is over the knee, or you can bring that left heel forward so that leg is nice and straight. And then here's our option to bring the right hand to the block on the inside of the leg, and the left arm can reach the sky. And press the heel into the floor as we bring the arm up. Make sure we're breathing. We don't want to hold that breath. We create space for the breath in these shapes. And now exhale, bring the hand down. You can move that block out of the way as we bow over that leg, finding that surrender. Breathe in. And now exhale, let's rock forward just a little bit so we can bring that left knee back. So the knees are side by side. And now let's roll the spine up one by one. Neck and shoulder, head comes up last. Shoulders up and back. And shine that heart forward. The hips shine forward. Now we'll come into our camel. I like to have blocks right beside my feet on either side. You can also bring them on the inside of the feet. And then you can also bring your hands to your heels. I kind of like to have the blocks there just in case I don't want to go as deep into the back bend. So you can curl your toes under to set your heels up so you have options. But you can have the blocks there or your heels. And now you ladies know, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Find those back pockets to help us send those hips forward. Just kind of that gentle reminder. And imagine we had that Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade float in the chest and lift the heart up. And then send the hips forward. Let's dip that head back. Now make sure you can breathe with the head back. And now maybe those hands leave the back pocket and maybe find a block. Keep the hips forward. If the block isn't comfortable, bring it back to the back pockets or the heels. But let's make sure we can breathe. And now let's bring one hand to the back pocket. Find that stability. Maybe the chest goes forward a little. Bring the right hand to the right pocket. And then bring those shoulders over the hips. And the eyes come back straight. Exhale, sigh, let the tops of the feet come to the earth, and then maybe we kind of sway side to side. Shaking out the arms, getting some movement. Rather than back and forth, we'll go side to side. And then we'll reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, folding forward, find downward facing dog or puppy. So now we stretch out that spine so that prana was compressed, that energy was compressed. And now we send it free in the body. Breathe in and out. Let's be here for 4 more breaths. And just knowing that with each breath, we fill ourselves with that life force energy. And we breathe and move mindfully. We can harness that energy to serve us for our highest good. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika writes that when prana moves, chitta moves. So the brain, the thoughts move. When prana is still, chitta is still. So sometimes we can still that mind by stilling the breath. And that's part of that practice, is to control the breath. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Now inhale, glance up at those hands, and let's walk the feet forward like we were caterpillar. Really small steps forward towards the hands. When those hands those feet get to the hands, just lift the hands off the earth and just let them hover, and then grab opposite elbows. Sway to the left with the elbows and the head, shoulders, and then sway through the middle over towards the right, keeping those feet grounded. And then move side to side with your breath. One inhale per side. We exhale to switch as we float the heart and the head through the middle. Now back through the middle. One last time. And then your next exhale, bring the heart back to parallel. Bend the knees. Let's find a chair pose. Wouldn't be a Saturday without a chair pose. So find any variation with the arms. One thing that you might notice is that when we have our arms out, that's kind of letting our energy go outward. Or if we have our hands in, it kind of draws our energy in. So maybe notice that if you find that to be true for you. So sometimes when we need to ground, we can bring our energy in. Sometimes it feels good to just shake it out and then bring it in. One more breath in. Exhale to straighten those legs and stand. And then any variation with the arms. And let's stand in our Tadasana, right back where we started. And we notice the beating of the heart in the chest. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Forward fold. And then we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Reaching those sits bones to the sky. And then when you're ready, exhale to bring those knees down. Let's make our way to our stomachs. When we get to the stomach, just pause. And maybe the hands rest on top of each other, no forehead to the hands. Let's bend the legs so those feet, soles of the feet shine to the sky, and then move the feet to one side and then another. Maybe tie it to your breath. If you want to move the legs quicker, then maybe don't do it with the breath, just gonna move the legs side to side. But if you want, inhale one side, exhale through the middle and over to the other side. Now let's extend that left leg long. With that right leg, send the knee out to the side and the foot towards that leg. So this is kind of a tree pose on the ground on our stomachs. If that doesn't feel good with that right leg bent, let the right leg just be long and out to the side. So we're still on our belly, but the left leg is long and the right leg is at an angle towards the side. If it feels okay, bend that right knee though. Bend the right leg and find your stomach tree. Notice those points of contact with the floor. Exhale to send that right leg long. So maybe lift the foot off the ground, drag that thigh across the floor, and then lower the right leg. Pause there, maybe rock side to side. And then bend that left leg coming into tree on the other side, or that leg can just be out to the side. But the right leg is long, the left leg is at a little bit of an angle just to open that hip if it feels comfortable. Otherwise, bend the knee all the way and find a variation of your stomach tree. Notice the stomach pressing into the earth on the in-breath. And pulling away a little on the out-breath. Your next exhale, straighten that left leg, bringing the foot towards the sky just a little bit before you straighten. Pause for one breath on your stomach, hands on the under the forehead. And then exhale to lift the chin, lift the heart, and then come into your crocodile, which is your fists, your elbows maybe a mat distance apart, your fists underneath the chin, or coming into a little bit of a deeper back bend, our Shalamba Bhujangasana, which is elbows under the shoulders, a little bit in front with the heart lifted, your Sphinx. Breathe into the shoulders and then send that breath down the entire back body. Inhale, breathe into the shoulders. Exhale, the breath flows down the shoulder blades, mid-back, lower back. Inhale. Exhale, down the shoulders and the back body. Now last inhale. And then exhale, this time we lower down the stomach. You can come onto your cheek or onto the hands. Release any holding in the glutes, in the legs, in the chest. Now bring some awareness to the belly and again feel that. Inhale, press the stomach into the floor. This is a really great grounding technique because it brings awareness and it will increase that diaphragmatic breathing. So incorporating that diaphragm into the breath versus just the chest. Sometimes we breathe into the chest, the body feels like it's in danger. So if we breathe into the stomach, oh, we can relax. One more stomach breath in. Exhale, let that breath go. And let's roll onto our backs. Get yourself into a really nice, comfortable position on your mat. We'll hug our knees into the chest. And then maybe find a happy baby with our hands on the outside of the foot or on the big toe. Pressing those knees into the armpits. Sway side to side. And try to keep that belly breathing. Inhaling. And exhale. Close the eyes, slowly winding down for Shavasana. Exhale, find some stillness, release the hands from the feet, but bring those knees together. And let's just gently, on an exhale, let those knees fall over to the right. Let's close our eyes, rest in our twist for a few breaths. Imagine the prana flowing freely through your body so that all systems can function harmoniously, optimizing the efficiency and the function of all your parts. On an exhale, whenever you're ready, bring the knees up through center and then lower them over to the left side. Breathe into the shoulders and feel that breath flow through the entire back body. On an exhale, bring those knees to the center. Ground the feet, knees towards the sky. Now, if you have a block handy or a blanket, anything that you can slip underneath that sacrum, underneath that lowest part of the back, we're going to ground the feet, lift the hips up, and then slide a block or a blanket, something that the sacrum can rest on. And just feel this supported bridge. Maybe shimmy those shoulders underneath the chest, palms to the sky, or flip those palms down. Can you close your eyes and maybe try to rest here? And yes, let those legs to the sky, whatever feels right for that prana in your body. And then whenever you're ready for Shavasana, if you're in supported bridge, press the feet to the ground, lift the hips, slide the block out from under. At any point, finding Shavasana. Anything in between. Really nice job. Sometimes when the body is still, the mind gets excited and thinks that it's its turn to move and be busy. So sometimes I find it helpful when I'm in Shavasana to open my palms and extend the fingers on the inhale. And then close those hands on the exhale. Open on the inhale. And close. And offer that support to my system. We can make our mind our friend. Maybe rather than getting frustrated when it's not quite being still, you can say, what do you need? What do you need to support you in calming just a little? So sometimes that's that little movement with the palms and the fingers. Sometimes that's a mantra. Whatever that might be. In this universe, who is the greatest friend of man? Shiva replies, Prana is the greatest friend. Prana is the greatest companion. O fair one, there is no closer friend in this universe than Prana. Maybe explore that. How can it be that this energy that is in all creation, this energy from where all things come, is my greatest companion? What does that mean for you? I feel like I live in that question all the time. What does it mean for me today that this life force energy is my greatest companion? This energy that is inside of me and all around me and in all of my loved ones, all of my friends, even those people I disagree with, how is that my greatest companion? Whenever you're ready, if that prana feels right for you, to come to a seated position, roll up to a seat, always stay on your back. And you find your seat, maybe one hand on the stomach, one hand on the heart. And that hand on the stomach, a reminder of that humanness of us. And that right hand on the heart, that reminder of that natural free spirit within. Let's exhale. Inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste.